Hi, this is Dee at Aloha Astro. Let's take a look at the forecast for the moon transiting Aries to Taurus, Tuesday, November 4th. Continues yesterday's pattern of self-examination to determine what you do or do not want in your life, while the emotional intensity of tomorrow's approaching full moon in Taurus builds. And as the moon shifts from the cardinal fire sign of Aries to the fixed earth sign of Taurus before midday, lone wolf defensiveness recedes and is replaced by an intuitive and instinctual desire for the safety, comfort, pleasure, and love to be discovered and enjoyed with people or a specific person who shares your values and dreams, as the moon conjunct Chiron in Aries participates in a quincunx aspect with Mercury conjunct Mars, both in Sagittarius, and a grand cross with Jupiter in Cancer, Pluto in Aquarius, and Venus in Libra, while Venus opposing the moon also forms a Yod aspect pattern with Uranus retrograde in Gemini and Saturn conjunct Neptune, both retrograde in Pisces. Love in all its forms of expression can be your anchoring point in a potentially stressful day, and it brings you the power to change any condition or problem. Explore the avenues of love you have for yourself, for another, for family, friends, neighbors, community, society, the world, nature, life, and the divine. You may not be fully ready for acceptance, forgiveness, release, or gratitude toward everyone you encounter or recall, but today's energy draws you closer to that peace as you ask yourself why, who, what, and how you love or do not love in preparation for a full moon in Venus-ruled Taurus tomorrow, which highlights your personal values, self-esteem, and prosperity consciousness in a sign which says, I have. So, yeah, wow. Big sky, lots of energy bouncing around. I didn't even touch on the castle or the grand shrine, the kites, the mystic rectangle. You can go back to yesterday's forecast for a little more insight into those geometric patterns. What really dominates today is the energy of Venus in its interplay with the moon and Chiron, with Pluto, with Jupiter, and with Saturn, Neptune, and with Uranus. This is the ruling planet for both Libra, and Venus is in Libra, and Taurus, and we have the moon entering Taurus today, getting ready for that full moon in Taurus tomorrow. So Venus energy, that is the vibe. Venus is the lesser benefic, Jupiter is the greater benefic, and they are both in a bit of a pressure-producing aspect pattern here that the moon is tied into with all these planets. And then Chiron is going to bring up some of your hurt, the things that hurt, the things that don't feel comfortable. And it's going to highlight, well, how can you make everything better? What is it that you want? And you may discover that carrying around the past is not doing you any good. This quincunx here to Mercury and Mars in Sagittarius is looking for the higher path, the better way, new horizons, wants to chill a little bit, have fun, play, and find friends instead of enemies, instead of blaming other people or conditions for your unhappiness or your problems. Sagittarius energy seeks an upliftment and an expansion. And now that Mars has entered Sagittarius and is joining Mercury in Sag, and Jupiter rules Sagittarius, making things better. Well, how do you do that? As far as I know, the only energy that really takes care of all of that is love. And Venus, Neptune, those are planets that have to do with love. So how can you apply the energy of love today to change your situation? That's the primary question. And you can seek answers through that quincunx there to Mercury and Mars. Or at least prepare for what this full moon is bringing, which is bringing you to a point through this crossroads energy of turning something that may be challenging or negative into a positive. And the power lies within you, because we've got Chiron in Aries today, with the moon moving from Aries to Taurus. What do you wish to embody? Who do you wish to be? What do you wish to have? All right, that's it for today. Tomorrow I'll be back with a full moon forecast. Take care, stay safe, and have fun.